Okay, I'm making a video to show you how I typically go through and research a property quickly to see what the estimated value of the home is. Let me open this up. I have this property, 4117 Ties Avenue. I know this is in Winston-Salem, which is in Forsyth County. So I'm going to go here to CRS data. So 4117 Ties Avenue. Click search. The internet's a little bit slower than normal today. Okay, here you go. Click on owner name right there. Okay. See land use residential single family. I see 1,008 square feet. Okay. He purchased it for $48,000 back in '95. The current tax value is $30,000. This is the two bits of information that I'm most interested in at this moment is tax value, 30,601, and square footage, 1,008. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, built in 1920. It says it has forced air, and it says it has air conditioning. Forced air meaning it could be gas, oil, or propane. 0.14 acres, and exterior walls vinyl. Let me go ahead and take a look at this property. I can even look at it within this. Doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty good. It's hard to really tell what condition it is from here though. That's why I like to go back over here. I'm just going to do it in Google for this time. Oops. Okay. Hopefully we can get a street view. Okay, now while I'm letting that load, I'm going to go back to CRS. So remember the tax value is around 30,000. I'm going back up here to look at comparables. And in Forsyth County, the tax value is really closely tied with comparable sales. So it's one of the few counties that I've ever come across where when I look at tax value, it actually means something. Most of the time, it doesn't. But even right off the bat, I'm going to get rid of this house price index because it doesn't mean anything. It's just, I don't even know why they even have that on here. It has to do with like the census estimating value. But even just immediately right off the top, it's showing a value somewhere in between, around 30,000. But what I'm going to do is I want to tighten this up because this is too broad. Let's bring it down to a half a mile. I'm going to stretch all sales in a half a mile. All acres. I'm going to stretch out the number of bedrooms and bathrooms. I just want to see if I can really get an idea of what's selling, like even in a smaller radius. Okay, still shows somewhere in that same ballpark as far as value. Now I look here and I see that this is one that probably sold around 100,000, which is number one. And I'm curious as to why. Well, first of all, look at the size. It's 3 times larger than pretty much any of the other properties. Also, looks like Hispanic buyer purchased the property, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just sometimes they tend to spend a little bit more in our area than other people that I've found. I don't really know the reason for it. It's just something to look at. But it does look like they actually got an actual real mortgage. It wasn't an owner finance, which is a good sign as well. But I still think that this property is 3 times larger. It's 3 times bigger than our current property. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Also, this one here, it's not showing like any data about the property, so I'm going to get rid of that one. This one also, let's see, no, that one's good. Actually, never mind, that one's good. It shows the square footage here. It just doesn't show the year built for some reason. But let me just go ahead and get rid of that one property. I can just remove it by pressing remove down here as long as it's clicked. Now, one other thing I want to do is I always look here and see, first of all, here's the average cost per square foot, which is around $27.39. Let me look down this list at the ones that are, way higher than that, which would be these two. These two are bringing the average cost per square foot up, and I would like to know why. Why are these two? So I'm going to click on both of these that are on the street. This one. No mortgages. This one actually does look like it is also a Hispanic buyer potentially. They purchased the property for almost twice the tax value. See, that throws off the numbers quite a bit. Okay, let's look at the second one. This one also, Jose Espinal. But this one is actually a lot closer to the tax value. He did overpay, in my opinion, a little bit, but not by a whole lot. I don't really like how this person paid double the tax value, and I don't really know why, so I'm going to remove that one. But after that, I'm going to leave this. I'm going to go ahead and save this. It's still showing somewhere in the ballpark of 27 to 30,000 really is the value. I'm going to go ahead and click save here, and I'm going to go to where I save properties. I'm going to create a new folder, and this one is 4117 Ties Avenue, Winston, Salem. This is Fred McCree. Now I'm going to save this comparable report, and then I'm going to go back over here to the property report and make sure I save a copy of this as well. I just forgot, but I usually save this while I'm still on this page. Okay, so in my mind that confirms the value somewhere around 30. So that's it for now. That's how I quickly, now the next step would be for me to go out and look at the property and determine what the repairs are, and then use the calculators that I have to basically say, for example, if the value is 30 and there's the most I can pay is about 0.65 minus any kind of repairs. So let's say it's 10,000 repair, then 9,500 will be my offer. So that's essentially how I determine what I can offer on a property, even though I have calculators that make it a little bit more complex, but that's the general idea.